really do love that intro.
It's a pretty good intro.
Yeah.
So I was only just watching that. Remember the stuff I just sent you earlier about the TV on the news on Friday? Maybe clip a few of those out that don't have the Insane Labs and just put that in the video. Because those lists might be better than the ones I had.
I'm just watching our cat drop deuces right there.
He's definitely a deuce dropper, for sure.
Nice job, Misha.
Those are facts.
Look at his face. It's all the way up against the wall.
Maybe I can't see.
I don't understand
I got this
that.
big light in front of me. I can't see.
Can you cover that up, Misha? Good job.
So back to my original statement about the intro, right? Can we just clip that and go ahead and put those on there?
So you're...
Like the lifts, the 3 lifts looked aggressive and intense, and I think that would look good for the reel they want to do on the news show on Friday.
Yeah. I'll work on that as soon as this live is over.
Cool.
While you're working out. Okay.
Yeah. So Ryan's come to work out.
I'm so excited to see my son. Yeah. Back.
Yeah. So
in
Ryan started training again, and he's got a match April 19th. So he started having practices regularly, but it realized that the practice was hurting his arm so much it took him like 5 days before he could train again. So he's like, I'm just going to cancel practices and come over to your house on Wednesday. And I completely forgot he was coming until he texted me. So, yeah, I was going to work out earlier, but now I'm waiting.
Well,
what is up, everyone? We just having our own little conversation
up?
here, just kicking it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. We have got Woody saying, love the thumbnail. I thought it was kind of cool, too, Woody. Phil, I actually did that. Did you know I put that together?
Baby, you do most of the stuff, so I'm pretty impressed always. I just lift the heavy stuff.
I'm just learning stuff.
That's all I do is lift the heavy stuff.
I'm learning stuff. And so we've got Phil on Coastal Crocus. Erican asking, why is Devin afraid of Vitaly? Don't think he is. Arm Wrestling Bros, Linky, Slinky number 1.
What is he doing?
He's
like, he has chunked stuff like 10 feet. I feel like I'm having to dodge here in a minute. Like, it's getting crazy around here.
Okay.
All right.
So we got lots of folks on. Okay, guys, thank you so much for hopping on here with us to be chatting about what's up next with Monster Michael Todd.
I just got a bad headache.
And this is a great time to tell you, send out those texts to your friends, fellow arm wrestlers, family, whatever. Tell them to jump on because we want to chat with you guys. And also, as always, if you're on Facebook, be sure that you follow, share to your social feed. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe and turn on all notifications.
Yeah, all that stuff. Jim Mancini asked me many years ago, you had a match with Alexi Voda. How does he compare to today's guys? Alexi was very strong, probably the best athlete our sport's ever seen, meaning the fact that he was a world champion arm wrestling and a world champion and Olympic gold medalist in bobsled. But his peak form would not be the peak today.
Okay.
Because the version that I was in 2007 was all inside, no hand, no wrist, no pronation, no real top roll. I would destroy that 2007 version, be way worse than he did, and y'all can see the level right now is really high. So
is the 2007 version of you responsible for the elbow damage?
100%, yeah.
Okay.
Everything up until the left arm coming apart in 2010 on my right arm was responsible for the elbow damage. Yeah, severely bad.
So Erican, actually, Devin told Vitaly that he needed to wait till August, and here's the thing. While arm wrestling is a very big part of our lives, it's not all consuming in our lives, and you never know what
You're
someone
referring to us and at Devin as well?
Yeah, anybody
Anyone
in
who
arm
wrestles, yeah.
Yeah, so you never know what they have going on in their life at that moment, and just because they don't accept a match on a day that it's given to them does not mean they're afraid. If he was afraid, he probably wouldn't be doing the match at all.
Yeah, I mean, the whole afraid thing in arm wrestling, I don't understand.
It's hysterical because it's just arm wrestling.
Like, we're not going to fight to the death. Like, okay, I've got to fight to death. I'm a little bit nervous. You know what I'm saying? Like, arm wrestling, big deal. There's nothing to be afraid of.
No.
Some guy's going to win, some guy's going to lose. There's oftentimes more money to the winner, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, there's nothing to be afraid of when accepting a match or being challenged from someone. Like,
oh yeah, shout out from Warlock, woot woot. Nikaya saying, how's it going? I think we're going to be seeing him this weekend.
Yeah, so if you're on here and you're in the United States and you want to come to Hot Springs, Arkansas this Saturday.
And you're not an asshole.
We're having an open practice here at the Monster Factory at 2 p.m. It's just a practice. Like, guys, I'm eating healthy, so I'm not providing pizza or nothing, so I just got to follow my meal plan. We live in Hot Springs, so we have great water. I don't normally have drinks here because I just drink water, so if you want something, bring it. It's going to be a good time. We got a lot of tables, a lot of fun activities for people to do outside of just arm wrestle. probably what, a 3-4 hour practice, I guess, and then we'll kick everybody out, something like that.
Make everybody leave.
It should be a good time though. So it's open, meaning it's open to anyone who is not an asshole.
Jeremy Parker, does that mean I can't come? Ask your wife. If she says you're an asshole on that day, you keep your butt home. No, I'm kidding. You're always welcome here.
So big practice. Excited about that. Probably will be the last practice like this that I would have. The reason being is we got East versus West coming up March 29th. So there's a tournament March 28th. You start getting any closer than this next weekend, because we got to go to Rhode Island next weekend, so we can't do that.
What does that have to do with anything about you arm wrestling though? The tournament.
The other people who want to go to that, they're not going to come to practice.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you get that?
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as I'm hoping to get 50, 60 people here and meet it basically to start off with the king of the table, to get as much rounds of arms as possible.
If any of you are coming here and you speed down our road, I'm going to bury you.
Do not speed down the road, right? Because we have
I'm going to bury
neighbors,
you.
kids, grandkids, all kinds of stuff, animals, pet. It's 25 miles an hour. Please obey the speed limit. Really, because they start complaining to us. But honestly, you're in a neighborhood. Drive slow.
Hey, Paul, how you doing? I just heard that.
Who?
I don't think we can announce that yet.
What?
Call Michael.
Paul Lynn?
Are we gonna be seeing you?
Oh, Paul Lynn, yeah. So I called Paul. Paul actually called me back, and I was donating blood, so I couldn't talk to him then. Maybe I was pulling in to donate drive. I don't remember what it was, but that's why I didn't answer. Then I tried to call him back. He didn't answer. I want to talk to you about May. So John,
okay.
What's his name? Augustine.
What are you saying?
The super chat.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for the super chat, John Augustin. Even Vitaly thinks that you pose a greater threat than Devin does.
And you heard Neil and Ingen talk about that, and Neil kept saying, "Well, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that." Well, here's what it is. Devin usually has the lever advantage on everyone. He won't have that against Vitaly. So Vitaly probably thinks that because he takes away most of Devin's advantages.
Just want you to see that.
Yeah. You ready for me? All right.
See, we're lining them all up. Yeah. All of our ducks are going to be in a row. Thank you so much, Paul. Best corner guy ever.
So I think that he's looking at that way, that he's going to be able to take away a lot of the strengths that Devin has. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to be able to beat Devin. He's just seeing like that might give him a lot of advantages in that match, where with me, although he is probably one of the most dangerous guys in the world in arm wrestling, he's a giant, his levers are insane, strongest grip in the sport. It is problematic to beat me if you don't have a transitional press, you don't climb through my hand. Like, he's an explosive arm wrestler. And even Ingen, you heard Ingen talking to him, was like, "So, you think you're just going to flash him every time?" Well, even Pushkar couldn't flash him every time. Like, it's if you go back and look historically, since 2010, it's been very difficult to just run me over, right?
But am I mistaken, or did Neil almost seem insulted on Devin's behalf?
Oh, 100%.
It was a little bit.
It's all good. Like, it's just
why are you getting upset,
Neil giving his opinion on things. But I'm looking at it from Vitaly's perspective. The reason he said he's 99% sure he'll beat Devin 50-50 on me. Now, when he said 50-50 on me, he's probably being nice. He probably thinks he has a greater chance than that.
Right.
But yeah, he's extremely dangerous opponent. I'm going to have a perfect performance, which I do believe I'm capable of having. I believe this is a match I can win, but I understand that he is going to be very hungry for the win as well. So it's going to be a battle. So we got Billy Bob.
Yeah, so Billy Bob, thank you so much for the super chat, says, "Monster Michael, God, can't wait to see you face and beat Levan." No, I'm saying.
So here's what we have. This is the reason, just laying it out there. Here's what we got. I had given myself, July of 2024, we had decided once I was no longer going after the heavyweight title, I'd give myself 24 months to pursue super heavyweight overall, right? Overall number one. And the reason I gave myself 24 months, because I turned 52 in June. And so 53 next year, at that age, I don't want to be 300 plus pounds chasing this super heavyweight thing. And then I saw a path, beat Camille, get to pull Gennady, beat Gennady, get to pull Armiz, beat Armiz, get to pull Levan. So I saw a path that could make this happen in 11 months. So I jumped on that train, you know what I'm saying? And still, and just like John Brzezinski said, he thinks the match there's so many intricacies about the match that the non-arm wrestler or just the average viewer doesn't really know. John's like, you can run that match back next month, and it's completely opposite. I know
you could have run it back the next week, and it could have been different.
I feel like I could run it this weekend. I feel that he has just as good a chance as winning as he did on last.
That's taking nothing away from him. He's a bad
He
dude.
still can have an awesome performance like he did.
Yeah.
But I'm capable of changing a few things up, which makes me win that match ugly. Irrelevant. He was a better man on that day. He won. So now he will pull Levan in June. So now I get to pull. That was our dog barking. Now I get to pull in 9.5 weeks versus Vitaly, which is a huge ask. But winning that match gets me the winner of Levan and Hermes in December. So y'all heard Devin say, hey, if you beat Hermes, take your time, wait till December, blah, blah, blah. I was never about that. I was going to hopefully win the match and then pull immediately in June. So what I believe could possibly be, when I look at this thing, looking at it from a perspective of, all things happen for a reason, I believe I had enough strength to win on the day that I pulled Hermes. I mentally wasn't in the right space that I needed to be, and he had a perfect performance, so he won. But had I won, maybe I wouldn't have been strong enough in June. Maybe I wouldn't have been prepared enough to beat Levan in June. If I'm capable of getting this win in May, I will actually get to go to the event, probably commentate the match between Levan and Hermes, and then I'll have a full 7. I'll have a full 7 months to get ready. So they'll actually compete after me, and that's what Devin was saying. Let the champion have to compete after you, so he's not the one waiting for the contender. So if I pull the month before him, I'm able to get the victory, or 6 weeks before, and then they pull. I have that 6 weeks to let my body heal, recover, maybe even take another 6 weeks of just light stuff, and then really ramp it up. So everything has a reason. God's got a plan. His plan, my plan may not always be the same, but I think the end goal is still the same. I'm excited about the match. By no means am I taking him lightly, just like I was not taking Hermes lightly. Everybody think I was taking Hermes lightly. I was just seeing the path, right? I knew Hermes was a huge threat, and I told people I felt like he was a greater threat to me than what Levan possibly would be. So definitely not taking Vitaly lightly. I think he's an amazing arm wrestler, a great guy. On that day, I'm going to bring the very best version I can.
As you should.
Well, we'll go ahead and answer a few questions, but then I'll actually elaborate on why that day is so special.
Alrighty, so Mike, huge fan, Chad Fowler. Question, I would love to go to an event in person, never been before, but I need to give work a long-term heads up. Do you know when and where the June event will be?
I have no idea.
I would always recommend messaging Ingen because he can at least give you close to a date. I do know they have not settled on a location.
I've heard several options, but I've also heard confirmation that will be in the United States.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, it's supposed to be, it's North America, so it could have been Canada, it could have been, but I've heard that it's going to be in the United States.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've heard it's either June 21st or June 28th. They haven't even confirmed the weekend yet.
Yeah, yeah. Music guy, you don't hear a child crying, you hear our Bengal cat hollering. Come on, Misha.
Say hi, Misha. Say hi. Don't bite or scratch. Don't bite or scratch. He's a crazy cat.
He is that. Hey, buddy. All right, so train side pressure like Todd Hutchins and containment with a wrist max.
I probably won't be using a wrist max, but I have other things I can use to work my containment. Nothing against the wrist max. I just think I have other things here that fit my hand better, Uh-huh. What's up, Misha? What's up? Yeah,
it's
he's
your
gonna make
world.
Another pass. He's gonna make
We're
another pass.
just living in it.
All right.
All right. All right. But so, okay. Thank you is what Chad said. So what else have we got here? Oh, they really wanted you to know that.
Clearly about the training side pressure. They're really adamant. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So the thing is, if you don't think I trained side pressure, the most I've ever trained side pressure in my life for the last match, then you hadn't been watching, because that's the most side pressure training I've ever done in my life.
Right.
And I actually I outdid Todd Hutchins' side pressure lift on his pronated side pressure. So
yes. So Paul says he will call you soon.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So what you got, Michael Todd?
Well, so this is the thing about the significance of this. I actually had told Ingen, I will be willing to travel to this event. I can't give away the destination yet because they haven't announced it. I'd be willing to travel to this event for one reason only, and that was to pull Vitaly. Otherwise, I'd rather had pulled like in 4 weeks in Arlington and then pulled the June event, right? Because they're both stateside, much shorter trips versus traveling halfway around the world, right? And the significance of that weekend for me is it's Mother's Day weekend, right? And my mom's birthday is on Mother's Day this year. So for me to be leaving the United States to travel overseas to compete on a weekend that is so special to me, I will be giving my very best performance ever. So I think, and that's the thing, because Ingen asked me what was my form like, because talking about a possible match, if this match didn't happen, like if Devin would have taken the May match, what would my form like for April or for March here in just a few weeks? I'm like, great, dude, I just did my heaviest pronation ever 6 days ago. So, 9 days after the match, I still did a 201.5 pronation. And then now you guys will see I'm working on the Hermes riser, tightening up the setup game, training some left arm stuff.
That's what Top Tier Gamer wants to know. If he wants to know if that's working for you, training.
Yeah. I've already went up. I've only posted up to day 6, but I'm at day 8. Today's day 9. So I've already went up like 5 pounds from my first attempt,
So put that into perspective for the people watching, like you did with us, compared to what Hermes is doing.
It's so stupid. So even Corey tried the lift that I was doing on Sunday, which wasn't, maybe I posted the Sunday one. So the one I think I posted today was Sundays, right? And Corey, who has a phenomenal post and riser and all that shit on his left arm because he's all outside, just trying to do the weight was like making his wrist do all kinds of weird shit and then like drop it.
There was no stability.
None. And so I'm at that lift, I think was 84.75. I don't even remember what the lift was. But Hermes does like 50 something pounds more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty bad. Like, and people are like, well, do you think you'll ever get the same lift as Hermes? No, and I don't think I have to. If I can get that lift that I'm currently like 85 and change at now, maybe 86, I don't even remember what it is. If I can get that lift to around 120, I think that's shored up my holes, right? Because that gives me, I have so much strength and stopping power here. If I can get 75% of that strength here, they have to defeat this just to land into this, you know what I mean?
Which is really strong.
So I do really think that working that is going to help significantly. Will it help enough? I won't see as significant gains in the next 9 weeks, because really it's not 9 weeks, it's 7 weeks of training. Like my last heavy workout will be 2 weeks out. But like we said, if I'm able to win this match, I then get 7 months to prepare for Hermes or Levan, right? So that December me might have those 120 plus numbers on that, and 220 pound pronation lift or some shit, like crazy numbers that will be enough to be victorious. I just have to get through Vitaly in May, which is, like I said, it's a very big ask, but it's something I think I'm capable of doing.
So we got another super chat. Thank you so much, Billy Bob. He says, how do you feel about a Know What I'm Saying shirt? It's my favorite MMT meme, or a Christian MMT shirts with a cross.
I like both of those ideas. I haven't, if someone has a good design or something, they want to send it over to me, I definitely check those. We should have like a little contest.
Mike, your style will defeat Levan. Keep pushing. Thank you so much. And
so about that, the whole style thing, if I'm strong enough, yes. Like if I don't have the strength to get the stops and to maintain my riser and pronation, then it won't be a style thing. Because at the end of the day, you have to be strong enough to stop the match. I believe if I ever get, like, if I was Hermes back when he pulled.
He loves putting his butt right in the camera.
There. When he pulled Levan,
guys.
had I been in some of those positions that Hermes stopped him in, I believe I can win from there. I just have to be strong enough to get those stops, right? I have to be strong enough to get into those positions. And I also think if I can be strong enough to stop the match the way Devin did round 1, I'm a lot more difficult for him to transition and impress from me there than it would have been to rest Devin in that position, because Devin was fully extended and he doesn't have quite the stickiness that I do. But yeah, it's not about my style can do it. I have to be strong enough. Like there's a bunch of styles that can beat it if they're strong enough. You know what I'm saying? It's just we haven't found anybody strong enough yet.
We got a members only chat from Buddy Hale. Thank you so much, member, for 23 months. Thank you for your support. Can't wait for you to beat Vitaly and then take on Levan. Y'all both keep up the great work.
See, he told you he's crazy.
When he lays on his side,
he's about to attack. Like he thinks he's like
it's a trick.
He's tricking you to pet me. Look, I'm sweet, and he's gonna bite you.
Yeah,
he's an asshole. We love him, but he's an asshole.
You got my sweatshirt.
Yeah. So yeah. Like I said, it will be an amazing feat if I pull this off with Vitaly, and then have those 7 months to prepare for the winner of Armas versus Levan. Now, I want to say to prepare for Levan, but like I've said in a previous video, I think Armas has a 25% chance. So, who would I rather pull in December? Would I rather pull Levan or rather rematch Armas?
Okay, see, the thing.
I know, but I'm asking you.
The thing is, you have been on this thing since 2020 about wanting to pull Levan. How do you just not pull Levan?
Well, I mean, obviously I pull whoever wins.
Yes.
But
then you give whoever lost the immediate rematch?
Well, it wouldn't be that way. For England would have to, like, he's not going to, I don't get to pick my opponent, you know, right?
Oh, I see.
Fact is, yeah. So, I do think a rematch in Armas, with the knowledge that I have of previously facing Armas.
He's fixing to bite you.
Yeah, I know what I need to do, right? I know what I need to do to be successful in that match. Levan, I'm just hypothesizing on what I need to do, right? And I know what I need to do. It's just coming down. It's being strong enough to execute.
Oh, that's something Ingen said. He said you can know, like when speaking about you specifically, he said you can know all day long how to beat Michael Todd, but if it's about executing it.
Yeah, if you're not strong enough to execute, it doesn't matter how. Like, here's a blueprint. Great. You also have to be really fucking strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really helps a lot if you have a lot of strength. You know what I mean?
And it's not just strength in one area. No,
and that's the thing. I do feel that I am continually progressing since surgery.
Oh yeah.
And I do think there's still going to be several better versions of me to be seen. And maybe only 2 better versions. Maybe the version I pull Hermes and then.
Oh, hey, Ingen.
Hey, buddy.
Thank you so much for the sweatshirt.
Yeah, maybe the version I am when I pull Vitaly, and then the version that I am in December. And then after that, who knows? Maybe I go back down to heavyweights to just be super fit, Michael. So I posted that post. Did you see the post I made today? Is a way back Wednesday post of me from 2022. Nope. So I'm super lean, super shredded, right? And it's okay. So do we need to talk about some other stuff first? Because this may be a minute.
What?
What I'm about to discuss? Do you need to talk about?
What are you
about
to discuss?
Whatever I want to discuss. It's my channel.
Well, then why are you asking me for permission?
I just didn't know if you had some more stuff you want to talk about here. Like, we have some questions to answer or whatever.
Well, let's see what we got on here. All right. So
on your channel, you just go as what you want.
Will you be going against Devin again? I think you would do really good.
So on that note, Devin has already said he wants to pull Levan again, but he is in no rush. So he was happy for me to pull Vitaly, and if I'm able to beat Vitaly, get the next shot at Levan. So would I pull him? Well, if I beat Vitaly, I'm pulling the winner of Armas versus Levan. After that, pretty much anything's on the table, right? Do I pull super heavyweights? Do I go back down to heavyweight and try to get that title? I mean, what's the deal? Like, what do I do? Devin match is something that would monetarily be very good for this household, but also it would be something that a lot of people would want to watch, right? Especially if I held the title.
And I get no votes.
Yeah, because she's adamantly against it. She likes it better when we're all friends than when there's the hype about the upcoming match. There's no doubt that Devin and I will pull again at some point. Will it be for a title? Will it be for East versus West? Will it be here at the Monster Factory just for fun? Will it be at his garage in Canada? Who knows? But we're no doubt going to arm wrestle each other again. But who knows? Like,
just let me know when to put on my tinfoil head wrapping.
But that's Devin. I think Devin's extremely, this new 300 plus pound version of Devin, and the Devin that he plans on being, the continual growth of 310, 320, and possibly even a bigger version the next time he faces Levan, is maybe the most dangerous arm wrestler that's ever lived. It's a scary thought to think about how strong he could get if he continues to grow. Because if he ever gets his strength close to that of Levan, you take all the mental games that he has on top of that.
What?
That's a dangerous dude right there. So, yeah, me pulling Vitaly in May, if I am successful, Devin's still going to pull him in August. So he still wants that match. And then he said, he may even pull, Morozov, may pull Gerdechia, may pull a few other people before he wants to take another crack at the super heavyweight title. Now, what I believe that is if Levan beats Hermes. If Hermes beats Levan, I think Devin's going to get back in there as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Or if I beat the winner of Hermes and Levan, I think he's like, okay, give me back in, coach. You know what I'm saying? Because if one of us beats Levan, for him, I think it's like, I know my chances against those two guys are real good.
Okay.
And it may not be. Maybe he wants to beat him.
So someone was actually asking, how do you feel about this Devin against this Hermes?
So this Devin is what I believe the most dangerous Devin ever. This Hermes is what I believe is the most dangerous Hermes ever. So all things equal, I think Hermes is a very dangerous opponent for him. But if Devin can duplicate what he did before and get into Hermes's head and basically get him completely out of the match by the time they get up there,
which he was.
He's amazing at that. Like his ability to take someone completely out of their game before they even get up there to arm wrestle is unlike anything I've ever seen in this sport.
And I 100% believe that was the case in their last match. I don't think that we got to see what a mentally in it Hermes would have done. Pretty much like your match with Hermes, just now.
Right.
If he had been in the right headspace. So this is my advice. You guys clip this out, send it to Hermes. See a sports psychologist immediately. Start now.
Before you have to pull Devin. Like pulling for Levan, you may not have to.
You got to
face Devin again.
You got to lock this up.
Yeah.
Before you face that. Because it's going to be all out warfare,
Right. Hawaii dispenser.
We've got, please compare Camille's press to Hermes. This is Hawaii dispenser. Thank you so much for that super chat.
Yeah, appreciate it, buddy. So here's what I think.
Let me answer this really quick. Benji Mac, I have seen you say hello. Thank you so much for hopping on. And I haven't made sourdough since we've been back from Georgia. I'm about to go feed my starter tonight and make some tomorrow.
So basically we got home, and I'm going to get back to your thing, Hawaii dispenser. Basically we got back home, and we ate whatever we wanted for a week. I weighed in 307.4 strip morning weight. We ate clean. I did 4 days of low carb, carved up the weekend, 2 days late carb, carved up today. I went from 307.4 to 288.4. No, and then I went all the way down to 286.8. I was back to 88.2 this morning. Because we've been low carbing. So we've only had a few carb days since we started eating healthy. But I'll be done with that by Saturday. My last low carb will be Friday. And it'll just be, high protein, moderate to high carb, low to moderate fat, all the way through into Vitaly. But yeah, so there'll be sourdough coming. We had sourdough pancakes though.
You missing it?
Sourdough pancakes with protein.
No, are you missing your bread?
Of course I am. I love this shit. So Hawaii dispenser. I don't think, personal opinion, that Hermes' press is stronger than Camille's or Gennady or Jerry's.
He just
I think where he pressed me from is the only way to beat me in a press. If you press into my wrist, which is where Camille, Jerry, Gennady, all those guys pressed into because they couldn't beat my hand. Gennady tried to go out round one. I collapsed his wrist, he went under, then he committed to the press moving forward. Because if I beat your hand and you got to press, you're going to have to flop press me into my wrist. If I cannot beat your hand, you have the ability to walk, climb. And as Hermes said, he wanted to have full hand control as he came into press. But because my pronation is so sticky, he was even having my on top of my fingers as he pressed, his wrist was going back, right? So he's able to press me because he's pressing me into my fingers here, not into my wrist here. So I would assume Jerry's press, Camille's press, maybe Gennady's press are all stronger if you were to measure the actual force applied. But because Hermes has that posting, rising, hammer curl, back pressure strength, he was able to get to a position where you can flop press me, right? And know that he was not trying to flop press me. He was trying to have hand control to press because he'd walk so far out of my hand. It's just as he went for the pin, my pronation engaged and it flopped his wrist back. But he still had enough. He had enough leverage into me to where he was able to get the pin. But yeah, and even that, he said he had worked his press so much, and had he not had the pressing power, he wouldn't have been able to finish. But just because he's the one that pressed me and the other guys couldn't, it was the angle in which he was able to get to before he applied the press. But yeah, still, that's what makes him such a complete arm wrestler. The other guys are like Camille and Jerry, very one-dimensional. Very one-dimensional. Jerry does have a weird King's move option.
He has a King's move.
It's a very weird King's move option. He doesn't bring it out too much. We asked him to do it against Levan. He just wouldn't. He was scared to do it.
He was scared, yeah.
Yeah, because he was so out of place. He didn't know what to do. And we was like, do your King's because he has this very weird walking outside the strap King's move. I don't know what it does in the strap. Very weird outside the strap. But those two guys are very one-dimensional in their approach, right? Gennady does have different options. Like first time we arm wrestled, he top rolled me, right? Just this time, I had a better hand and wrist. Hermes is complete. I believe his riser and his hammer pressure driven back pressure is the best in the world.
You know,
I mean, I think he's got the world record for that lift, right? So I think he has the best rising and hammer curl driven back pressure in the world.
But when you are talking about, at least in the super heavyweights, complete arm wrestlers, which if you are just coming up in arm wrestling, you need to be working on becoming a complete arm wrestler, because the one-dimensional arm wrestlers like Jerry, like Camille, you're not going to see them obtaining and staying at the best in the world. They can get high, but you got to have more tools. You have to have more tools. So what I was thinking, when you look at complete arm wrestlers, I don't know that there are any more complete arm wrestlers that, as far as watching them on the table, high IQ, fluid movement from going from one to the next, Hermes and Devin.
Devin's the most.
Yeah.
Devin's the most because Devin does have the ability to turn into a hook.
Okay.
He can drag hook and he can hook press, right?
Is Hermes missing that?
Hermes does. I mean, he doesn't have, like, this is not part of his arsenal.
Okay.
Like, if you forced him in a hook, which I don't know anyone who could put him in a hook.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you have 100 kilograms worth of up pressure, back pressure, right through your hammer curl, who's hooking you? This I've told people for years. There's two things you need to be an unbeatable arm wrestler. Two. If you can acquire these two strengths, no one will ever beat you. A hand that cannot be opened, meaning you're untop rollable, and up pressure, hammer curl, back pressure this way that can't be matched. Because if I have enough up pressure this way that can't be matched, you'll never turn me in a hook. If I have a hand that can't be open, you're never going to open my hand. You can't top roll me. So those are the two strengths that are required. Clamping hand strength and hammer curl pressure through the roof with a riser that can't be turned in. There's no lane, right?
Yeah. So is this something you're able to answer about what your next match would be if you are successful?
Sure.
Okay. So they're asking, will Devin be your next match if you are successful with Vitaly?
Once I beat Vitaly, if I'm successful, I pull the winner of Urban's and Levan, and that match is in December. They must have missed the first part of this.
Right.
So that's the whole point of this. Devin told me, win the match, take your time, wait till the end of the year. I was like, no, man, I don't like taking that long. I'm just going to keep training straight. Don't take a 1 week break and just keep training. I didn't beat Hermes. Now I'm in a different position. I have 9.5 weeks to train to beat Vitaly. If I can beat Vitaly, I don't have a choice. I have to wait till December, right? I have to wait till December because that's the next time whoever wins is going to be competing for the title. So if it's Levan, that's the next time. Hermes might arm wrestle sooner.
Right.
We don't know. Hermes might arm wrestle sooner if he wins. But we know if Levan defends the title, he will not defend again until December. So by beating Vitaly, I earned that right. So I don't have a choice. I have 7 months. Oh, well, would you pull Devin between then? No, I've waited my life for this opportunity. I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity.
And be all in for
that's it. Like it's the commitment that it takes, and the commitment that it takes to compete at this level in anything means a whole lot of sacrifice from your normal life, from your family, from what the rest of the world gets to do and enjoy. I am willing to make said sacrifice, but it's not something I want to continue to do forever. Like if I'm capable of winning versus Vitaly, I've been blessed and given the opportunity to achieve my goal, which is overall world number 1, defeat Levan if he's still the champ. I will take that with the most sincerity, effort, drive I've ever put towards anything. So, yeah, Devin would be after that.
Dizzy OG, we are actually talking to the chat right now. He's like, does he actually interact with the chat? Yes, we do. So this is a question too. Thank you, GB19, for asking. MMT, did you want Vitaly match? You must have missed the last live.
Yeah.
Because the very last live that we did just before this one, we actually made a plea. Y'all go out and put on social media, Michael Todd wants the match with Vitaly. So as things would happen.
Yeah, and it's so funny because when Ingen said, well, if the Devin's not in May, Devin's a bigger draw. So if Devin would have pulled Vitaly in May, he would have got that opportunity.
Absolutely.
Because he wanted to pull him in August because he had other commitments.
Because that's a bigger draw for the promotion.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So then like, hey, Michael, we need you on the May card because we need to be able to promote this. And I'm like, okay. And I asked for it, but that's because I didn't know there was an opportunity to pull in Arlington in 3.5 weeks,
And then he's like,
I'm like, huh? What?
I could have pulled in the United States 4 hours from my house.
He's like, how's your form? I'm like, my form's good. Would you pull so-and-so? I'm like, yes, I'll pull so-and-so. And then that meant I would not have to travel halfway around the world in May on Mother's Day weekend. And then I could just pull back in the United States in June. Much better plan. Plus, that's 2 paydays versus 1. Loving that.
That was the Michael Todd plan.
Yeah.
That was not the God plan.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Once they told me, hey, the match is on, I'm like, okay, that's the path, right? So I asked for it. I'm blessed to have this opportunity. I will not take this match lightly. If you guys have been on the live whole time, Vitaly is a huge threat to anyone. There's great significance to this match because the winner of this match gets to pull for the overall number 1 in the world in December. But the biggest significance to me is that this event happens on Mother's Day weekend. And if y'all followed the journey, I lost my mom October 2023, and she is one of the main reasons I've even went down this path to try to pursue this. So yeah, on that weekend, I believe I'll draw some extra power on that weekend. So I'm going to do the very best I can to come out victorious. I know Vitaly's going to do the same. So I think it's going to be a great match. So definitely get your pay-per-view.
Absolutely. Which, by the way, guys, if you've not got your pay-per-view for Arlington, you need to go ahead and get that because what a card that's going to be.
That's going to be an insane card. And we will do a predictions video on that. Mm-hmm. And we are planning on going. Like, we were planning on loading up the dogs in the RV and going. Which means my RV will park on site. Please do not just come knock on my door. You know what I'm saying? Wait till we're outside because you get these dogs riled up. We got 5 dogs. It gets crazy. But I'm not 100% sure we're going to be able to make it. We're 90+% sure that we're going because there's so many awesome matches that I want to see in person. Plus, I want to interact with everyone. But I'm not 100% sure yet. But we're pretty sure we're going. But we'll be doing the prediction video as well.
Exciting times. Absolutely exciting times. So Buddy Hale saying, you got this, brother Buddy. Could you drop that link to get their pay-per-views for the Arlington? Hey, MMT, we got a super chat.
It feels on here. Could y'all drop it? I don't have it on me. I am going to drop a link.
Bonnie Jones Jr. Hey, MMT, I'm a huge fan. You're amazing, sir. How do you feel about Brian Shaw? Do you think he can be a force in arm wrestling and beat Levan in time? Thank you so much for your super chat.
Appreciate the super chat. Yeah, I just talked to Brian today, actually.
You did?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, well, I've been gone. It wasn't a talk. We just texted each other today.
Oh, yeah. Michael took his platelets for a spin today. Yeah. Apparently, if you guys donate blood, there is a blood shortage. Right now, they're in crisis, so go give blood.
I normally just do a double red blood cell, and they asked me, could you please do platelets? We're in a shortage. And I'm like, sure, but it makes it like 2.5, 3 hours. And the problem is I drink a gallon and a half water a day. Those last 30 minutes, I had to pee so bad. It was horrible. That's 5 times I thought about ripping that shit out of my arm. I swear. I was like, please, finish. Because then they start pumping fluids back into you like the last 5 minutes or so.
I told you to take a urinal.
Oh, God, it was so bad.
Or one of those.
So bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so did talk to Brian today. And he doesn't know what all he has coming up. Specifically, he has a guest coming in this weekend who's going to stay till next Tuesday to train with him, work on some things. Mm-hmm. So I'll tell you about that in a little bit. That's pretty exciting. So there'll be some good content coming. I'm sure we're going to eventually get together. But yeah, it's awesome having Brian because he is so committed as an athlete to whatever it is he decides to do. Can he eventually beat Levan? I think it's a big ask for anyone. But if he stays consistent, he's a massive human being, and I'm a believer that all things are possible. So you never know.
Here's a great question. MMT, do you think Vitaly is easier than Hermes or more difficult?
Now, this is no offense, but Hermes is made. He's the most difficult opponent that there could be for me. Devin will be second to him because although Devin has a longer lever, I think Hermes has a little bit more power. Mm-hmm. Devin has the better, Hermes is stronger in spots. Like, we know this. But they both have a very technical game that is able to unlock some of my strengths.
Can I ask a question without making myself look ignorant?
I
might look ignorant, but I don't care. Okay,
go ahead.
So when you're saying that Hermes is more difficult than Devin, my question is this: does the fact that Hermes has a shorter lever, does that make him more dangerous for you? Does that matter?
No, it makes me less dangerous to him because I have the same length lever.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A longer lever like Devin's definitely more dangerous. But so if Devin had Hermes's power, like weightlifting power, I think he would be the number one guy in the world right now. With all the other tools that Devin has, if somehow Devin could get the same strength that Hermes has, I think he beats Levan. Because he has all the leverage and all the tools and all the length and all the height.
He's made for it.
Yeah. Hermes just has more horsepower. And that's what I said. You need to have the power to back up the match when it stops with Levan, right? And Devin has the strongest. He's the best leverage, having this. He has all those things, the tools. His hands are huge. And that's what he's taken his strengths, his genetic gifts, and just made them his strengths. Hermes has developed a very powerful body, right? Mm-hmm. Like, he was genetically gifted already from his father being an arm wrestler and just being brought in the sport for so long, technically sound, everything. And now he's just a bigger, stronger version. But yes, I believe Hermes is a more dangerous opponent than me versus than Vitaly. But Vitaly has the potential to flash me where Hermes does not. Vitaly's long lever and explosive side pressure hit has the potential to flash me. And that's what Ingen believes. If the match stops, it becomes very bad for Vitaly. If I can't stop the match, Vitaly runs me over. And that's what his argument is how many times have you seen me in form ever get ran over? Like, Pushkar couldn't do it, Simplikov couldn't do it. They all had to, it was a fight. But maybe Vitaly's designed to do it. Maybe he's the right length, the right height, the right pressure through my hand. Who knows? Maybe he can flash pin me. I'm hoping that he cannot. I believe at some point the match stops. I'm hoping it's round one. But yeah, he like I said, he is a very dangerous person to everyone.
Mr. Print says, do you think that Vitaly's grip will be an issue? So,
people talk about how strong his hand is and it's hard to slip. I'm very, 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 very good at slipping. And I've seen JP slip with him, Hermes slip with him. Hermes had to get his hand compromised, everything to slip and foul a bunch of times, whatever. But I've seen a lot of other people who I don't think who are as proficient as me at explosively hitting outside and slipping. I've seen others do it. So that will be task one. Task one is not allowing his hand to control me outside the strap. Task 2 will be to get the stop in the strap. Task 3 is to maintain my riser and pronation, and every time he surges sideways because he comes up just short of pinning me, I regain a little bit of something, and then he forces to flop in with the press, and now I've got everything. That's the path, right? That's the path. Everybody knows it. Anybody knows arm wrestling knows that's my path to beat him, and everybody knows his path to beat me is running me over. Morozov thought he would be able to flash me sideways, and if he couldn't, because the length of his hand, he had so much control that he had full cup and just press me. I don't know anyone who can fully cut my pronation. If Hermes had everything he had out in my fingers, me have zero connection and still try to press me and ends up having to flop, Who the hell's going to turn my pronation over?
Can we ask that?
I don't even understand.
Okay.
I mean, a 201.5 pound pronation before I get fully extended. How are you turning that up?
Because we've had 2 people say that you're going to be palm up.
Oh yeah, Ryan Bowen said it. Very confused by that comment. I was like, huh? What?
Like, what? Okay.
But yeah, so I'm going to go use the restroom real quick, but then I want to get back. So just go ahead and make a few things, and then I'm going to talk about what I was going to say about the heavyweight and the post and stuff. You're right back.
NP.
MP.
Oh yeah, go ahead, baby. NP, you're catching me at a not great moment. I'm just a little under the weather, and I'm just going to call you out right now. You're just a fucking idiot.
Yay!
Fucking idiot. And this is why. You're like, do you not realize that he's had complete reconstruction on his right arm? And if you're talking about in the last 2 years, you said he's had more matches that he's lost than won in the last 2 years. Fucking idiot. And this is why. He had his arm rebuilt in 2023. Do you know what year it is right now? It's 2025. Arm rebuilt. Didn't even arm wrestle in 2023. 2024, he won 5 matches. 2024, he won 5 matches. 2025, lost 1. So in the last 2 years, he's won 5, lost 1. Simple math. All right. So, Vitaly seems to injure everybody. He definitely... I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of you, sir.
So tell me what you said. Tell me what you said.
Oh, no.
Clearly he's an idiot.
No, he's a fucking idiot. So,
about the reconstruction arm, what was it?
he's banned now.
I don't care.
He didn't say anything about the reconstruction of your arm.
I know you were saying.
He said you have lost more matches in the last 2 years, because clearly the fool can't count, than you have won.
Okay, so let's go back.
I already covered it.
Well, I'm going to do it anyway.
They'll tell you I've covered
I
it.
lost to Devin. I lost to Gennady. I lost to
No,
Rivas.
you're not. That's not in 2 years.
No, I'm going back.
Your math sucks too.
I'm not going back 2 years. 2 years ago, 2023, I lost to Angarbayev. Then I won 5 matches last year, and then I just lost the thing. So I'm 5-2 in 2 years. Actually, that's in 26 months. I'm 5-2.
But in 24 months, which is 2 years.
Oh, yeah, I'm 5-1. Yeah. So is that what he asked?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
That's pretty bad. But even if you go before that, I lost to Devin, I lost to Gennady, I lost to Rivas. I beat Todd Hutchins. I lost to Angarbayev. Okay, check it out though. I lost to Angarbayev, and I just lost to Hermes. I'm 6-5. Like I'm 1-6, lost 5. So you're still an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like that goes all the way back to 2021. Like I'm 6-5 since 2021.
Full blown idiot.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's so funny because people are like, even after the Hermes match, like after the Hermes match, people are like, when's the last time you won a match? 3 months before, and then 3 months before that, and then 2 months before that, and then 6 weeks before that, and then 2 months before that. Like it's so funny because how do they miss all these things?
I saw this earlier and I wanted to ask, where'd you go, sir? Where'd you go? Right here. He would like to try to make you an entry track. He said that it would be metal. So the thing is I really like for him the Viking.
Well, I did like it, and then I lost. Don't like it anymore.
Don't like it anymore.
No longer my thing. Like, I'm open to other stuff.
Send it across.
Yeah.
Tell him how to send it to you.
Yeah, just send me. I don't know how do you send it to me. Messenger on Facebook, Instagram message. How do you do it? Any other way?
It all works.
Yeah, all those things. All right, so here comes my soapbox.
And someone said they're rage baiting. Today was not the rage bait. Today was not the day to rage bait me.
Oh yeah, I'm not mad. I'm just. It's funny how dumb people are. So we're gonna talk about that right now. This is how bad our society has gotten.
What are you talking about?
The post I made today. So I posted a picture from 2022. 250 pounds. Very lean. 10% body fat or less, I would assume. Maybe a little, like really, really fit. Really fit. Unpumped photos, throwing the guns up, no shirt, front, back pose. And a lot of complimentary things, right? Because it is an aesthetically good physique. Some people didn't see that as a Way Back Wednesday post, so they're like, is that your current form? I'm like, obviously not. I'm way heavier than that. But the amount of people who say that that is steroids is the most hysterical thing that someone could conceivably say by looking at that picture. That picture is 100% the product of perfect nutrition.
Oh, Lord.
100% the product of perfect nutrition. I can take every steroid that has ever existed in the history of steroids, and unless I eat healthy, I look like a bloated strongman. Steroids do not make you lean. They don't give you a shredded physique. Unless you're genetically gifted, like you're already the skinny dude who can eat what he wants and has abs, that's not what you look like by taking steroids. It's so stupid. And stupid is what I want to say, but I want to say ignorant because they lack the knowledge. But the amount of comments that people will say because a person is lean, steroids. I'm like, bro, how dumb? How dumb? Because that's 100. If I could take everything that's ever existed and eat like a fat ass, and I'm gonna be a fat ass. I'm just gonna be a really strong fat ass. But take everything that ever existed and eat healthy, and then your body will change. Or take nothing and be a fat ass, just not as strong. Or eat healthy and be a really lean dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, it comes down to nutrition. So when people say stupid stuff about steroids, it makes me laugh. Because that's the misconception in the world. If there was an easy fix, hang on. If there was an easy fix to have a shredded physique, I would do it. 100%. I mean, 100%.
We like cake and pizza.
My God, I love pizza, cake, ice cream. If they ever make a drug that allows you to eat pizza, cake, and ice cream and have abs, I'm the guinea pig. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing it. So that's not how it works. Okay, I'm done.
Hey, Mike, just joining. I know you've been asked a bunch with Hermes. Did you feel like there was strategy and tactics that you could have changed? This is a good question. For a different outcome, or was there just a gap?
Absolutely not. There's definitely things I could have changed. He's a super strong young man. First thing would have been get the buckle.
I don't think
tight
you
strap.
need to give away all your...
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Tight strap, buckle.
Give it all
This
away.
is Hermes. Tight strap, buckle. Grab and clamp with my hand. Do not have a loose hand and just focus on up pressure, back pressure. Clamp my hand and focus on up pressure, back pressure. Meaning I do not ever open up my hand one time.
Because...
the lack of opening up my hand eliminates his ability to walk, open his hand, and climb because my hand will be clamped. Two very important mistakes. First mistake I made was accepting to go straight to the straps. I've never done that in my life. I don't know why I did that. I've always said I have to feel the slip. I have to feel the slip. If the slip's in the center table, I'm confident. I know I'm in the match. If the slip's over here, I get a little worried. But if I can slip neutral position, I always know I'm in the match. Hey, you want to go to the strap? Okay, sure, whatever. Like, I was just in a place at the time that it's like I was outside my body watching me arm wrestle, and I did not make the best decisions. On the other side of things, Hermes had a perfect performance, so he did a great job. If he's a little bit off his game, I have a perfect performance, I win that match. If we both have perfect performances, I think I win a very, 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 very ugly match and it takes it to the wire. Like, he wins the first couple rounds and dog fights, and then I somehow find a way to win the last three. Like, it's ugly. I'm never going to beat that dude pretty.
It's always going to be ugly.
He's got so much for me to overcome, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome arm wrestler, very good kid, super strong. Like he even said, once we got back, I'm like, hey, dude, give me a video of how you're doing your riser because I'm going to start training my riser that way.
Yeasty beef curtains. If U.S. goes to war with Canada, that's not happening. What happens to Devin? Wait, am I missing something?
Maybe we don't watch the news. I have no idea what's going on.
I have no idea what's going on.
I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, so I don't know. Watching who Canada has had for prime minister, knowing who we have as president, I don't think that would fare well. You know.
Yeah, not good. Yeah, someone's like, Michael, are you going to let Vitaly hold on to you, or are you going to slip? You mentioned before that Vitaly holds too long and wears out his hand. I did mention that against Hermes. Like, Hermes was here, Vitaly just kept holding, and his wrist is actually getting compromised while he's holding, trying to push down. I'm obviously going to explosively hit whatever happens. But if he is holding on to my hand in a way that makes it difficult for me to slip, I will continue to fight until I get the slip. Because all slips go to the strap. So there is no intentional slip. There is no slip and losing. All slips go to the strap.
What?
I don't know what this is. Is you asking the same thing? Will you face a winner? Was that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Will you face a match between Vitaly and Levan if you beat Vitaly? If I beat Vitaly, I'll be the one pulling for the title shot in December versus whoever wins between Hermes and Levan. Oh, I got to do something. All right, guys. So I'm about to, hopefully I still have this. Nope, it went away. All right, so we, as you guys should know, I have partnered up with Insane Labs, and we have a crazy deal going on right now that I'm about to post. Boom. 1 second. It takes me a second, guys. It takes me a second. All right. Insane Psychotic, the original formula. 400 milligrams of caffeine. The most insane pre-workout that I probably ever tried. This stuff is amazing. I love this. I take it before I do any of my arm wrestling specifics. I take it before I do my workouts. Absolutely love this stuff. I'm releasing a code right now. First time I've ever released this code. The biggest discount we've ever had. 60% off.
60%?
Yes. Use this code that I just like. Is it up there? See it up there. 60%. I don't even know what that means. Super cheap though. Like 60% off Psychotic. I got Fruit Punch because Fruit Punch is amazing. Psychotic from Insane Labs. Like I said, 400 milligrams of caffeine. Phenomenal, insane pre-workout. Best price online right now. 60% off. Crazy. Take advantage of that.
That is amazing.
That's insane. That's
because
insane.
this is also the stuff that you take, and if you're like, I'm really not all that motivated to work out, you're gonna work out.
Oh yeah,
buddy.
you had like this
It's
stuff.
happening.
It kicks in.
Yeah.
It's an infused pre-workout powerhouse. But yeah, energy, focus, endurance, psychs. I'm telling you.
All right. So
I don't take this for your arm wrestle unless it's arm wrestling practice. Do not take this for your arm wrestle because it might cause a pump. Richard Lupke's would love to take this.
Hey.
he was always taking stuff that caused pump.
Hey, so Michael just dropped that link. Use that link. Because if you just go to the Insane Labs website and just click on it, you won't get the discount. You have to use that link. He just dropped the link in the chat, and I've pinned it to the top of the
copy
chat.
and paste that. Click on it. Whatever you got to do, share it with your friends. I'm telling you, I don't know how long I'm going to keep this 60% going, but 60% off this is a huge deal. Like I don't even know. It's like a lot. Like it's a great deal. Really good deal. Insane Labs. Hook yourself up with a crazy intense pre-workout. Let me know your thoughts. Like once you get it, let me know how you like it. Send me a message on Instagram, whatever.
What flavor is this?
Fruit Punch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
So how many pullers are you expecting this weekend?
Man, I've got like 20 plus that have confirmed, but I think there'll probably be 40 or 50 people.
Oh, my life.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be it'll be a good group. And we got so Richard Cogburn is number 3 guy in the state currently behind me and Corey. Jane Smith, if he was active, they may go back and forth. I'm not sure. Jeremy Parker is probably the next guy, right?
Did you see this? This is funny. That stuff is diabolical. Normal folk proceed with caution. He ain't kidding. You'll be smelling sounds.
It's amazing.
You will work out.
This is good stuff.
You will work out.
There's a lot of stuff that sometimes I'm like, man, I'm just not feeling it. Walk outside, jack this stuff, 15 minutes, I'm hitting PRs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is intense.
This is 35 servings. So it's 7.6 ounces or 215 grams. Someone's asking
and
what
it
size.
might be the 60%. Okay, it's probably just this, though. I haven't even clicked the link yet.
Allison, I don't know if there's going to be any females.
Matney is coming. The Matneys are coming. So Rebecca Matney.
Oh.
Have y'all pulled yet? She is super strong, Allison.
Allison, come pull with her because I'm not doing
I'm
it.
telling you, that chick's strong. Like, she's
Yeah.
strong. And she's only like 154 pounds or less, right?
Oh,
Very
hey. So Vonnie Jones apparently heard your podcast with The Undertaker. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's a really good dude. So Ryan Arm Wrestling has a question. He says, how would you beat Levan if Devin's King's move did not work well?
Devin has a longer lever than me, which means he's more open. I have a shorter lever, so when I stick my King's move versus Levan, he will be further across the center table to me. If you guys watch the match, Devin does get a below parallel King's move infringement, but Levan also comes across the center table to press him. So there was no pin there. There was a foul, declined humorous foul on Devin prior to what would have been a shoulder cross center foul on Levan. For him to push me down once I got that same stop, he would have to come across the center of the table. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. That's an advantage. It's a particular instance where a shorter lever would be more advantageous in stopping someone like Levan.
What do you think about that?
I know there are differences in style, but I think your match with Vitaly could maybe look similar to his matches against Frida. That's exactly the match I'm going off of. So very, very similar. And I'm trying not to publicly put it out there, but obviously you have to show your opponent's knuckle. He has a much longer lever than me. For me to be able to see my knuckle, that means he won't get the starting position he wants. Okay, he's going to have to front his hand. Like, for us to have the same lever, like for him to not cover my knuckle, there's no way he can be like this because then he's way on my knuckle. So he will have to low hand top row.
So if he's all the way at the back of the pad,
yeah, he's still over my knuckle.
He's still going to have to be this way.
He has the longest forearm length in the sport. Like, he put his arm next to Matt Maskin and was like this.
Okay, you know so that is actually my question, because when you're talking about longer levers being an advantage, can they be so long that they become a disadvantage?
Well, in this particular instance, I don't think he will have the same explosive side pressure hit, because it allows me to stand straight up and for him to have to be this way, in my opinion. But yes, watching the match with Farid, watching some of the matches with Czar, similar levers to mine, I feel like it creates a problem.
Hey, buddy, do you remember? Thank you so much for the super chat.
Of course I do. Bob
service.
Sutton. Yeah, good dude, man. Good
Bob
dude.
Sutton.
Strong fella. Strong fella.
I love watching Toddzilla. He's a beast, but he seems to elbow foul a lot. Is that just because of his style or just sheer aggression?
So they went on Reddit and they blasted him. Now, I haven't been on Reddit, but people have posted the pictures.
Okay, can I put this out there really quickly?
There are so many elbow fouls that occurred in that match that are split-second elbow fouls, but they're like this high. Like, they're definitely...
But is it right above the pad?
Yeah, but they're definitely advantage game fouls, right? So, like, to secure the position, he elbow off the pad to get the position, right? Oh. The refs just didn't see him.
Oh, okay. So
there's like 4 different fouls.
If you guys are on Reddit and you've been wondering where I'm at, Michael made me, like...
Yeah.
Delete it off my phone.
After getting home from the
so I can't get on Reddit.
People are also, we also live in a world where there are no consequences for actions, so people say stupid shit. And I was like, listen, you're getting off that because it's going to force me to hunt somebody down. You know what I'm saying?
Like, apparently people are being disrespectful.
It's just not something that I deal with well. I don't really recognize the world that we currently live in because I was raised in a different era, and I'm also from the South. So when we were kids, if you had an issue, you went outside, you handled it, shook hands afterwards. It's great. Now we live in a world where people hide behind computer screens and say whatever they want and that there's no consequences. It's a difficult reality for me to... I just don't... It's unfortunate that that's the way the world is today, right?
And I don't know how much I can respect a man that does not protect his wife by whatever means necessary.
I don't understand it. I mean, we're just raised different here. And
I don't know that I can.
And not even different. Like, I know people in the South are just different. There's a lot more yes, sirs, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. There's a certain degree of respect that you're just raised with. And we're 50 years old, so it's a generational thing too, probably. But now it's just different for me, for people to chastise me for aggressively going after someone who is aggressively pointing and screaming at my wife. And I'm the bad guy in this situation. To me, that's very funny. Now, obviously, me and Armiz are very cool. And the fact is, Armiz said he would have done the exact same thing. He said, my bad, dude. If you was screaming my girl, I'd done the same thing. Exactly. Because I feel like that's a man's supposed to protect his wife.
But he's a good dude.
Good dude, yeah. Like, and
shit happens in the 100%.
100%.
You know,
like, he literally said, I'm sorry. I'd done the same exact thing. If I'd have seen it, I'd done the same thing. So he and I are of a similar mindset when it comes to that. It's just the people out there that think that is somehow inappropriate behavior. Like, it's instinctive. It's in my core. I don't know how to be any different.
And let me tell you, it's like this.
Like, you know it. Like,
I don't want to say.
You're not gonna say his name?
No, hang on. A lot of you out there might be under the misconception that I'm just some sweet little princess. I'm not. I'm just quiet. I have very diabolical things happening up here in my head, and sometimes under a lot of stress, it actually comes out of my mouth and you get to hear my diabolical plans. I can imagine this is what my husband does. I'm completely in the wrong, shouting horrible stuff, I don't know what I'm trying to do. he is still going to protect me. Now, he might throw me over my shoulder and be like,
Throw me over my shoulder?
yeah, throw me over his shoulder and be like, chick, you're going home. I'm getting you out of this. You're acting crazy. But he's going to fight whoever is coming at me. And I'm probably in the wrong, but he is still backing me.
Yeah.
That's
that ride or die shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's that ride or die shit. And I'm there for you too, baby. I will bury the bodies.
So what we have here is this young man. I'm going to go back to him. Mike Mooney. I got sober because of you. Thank you for being you. Hey, man, that's awesome. Congratulations. Hey, man, I'm super happy that's something you're able to do. And hopefully, I'm glad I've been able to have some sort of impact. The thing is that
Mike, how is your bicep? Did you go to the doctor? There's something wrong with Michael's bicep.
No, I'm good, man.
There was none.
My arm is what's crazy. It's like, so I said, so think about that. I had a very difficult match with Armiz where he's bouncing all over my shit, right? And I still, 9 days later, hit the heaviest pronation of my life, right? So. Yeah. Dr. Sadiq did a great job on my arm, right? Dr. Elamine, phenomenal job on my right arm, and I think it's just getting better. But that guy, Mike, who said he got sober, man, I'm thankful that I have a platform that I can use to help, motivate, inspire, whatever. And a lot of it's just, I'm just real. This is me. I let you guys know about my daily struggles. I'll let you know about the things I suffer with or whatever. You're always going to get transparency with me, and sometimes I'm too transparent, but love me, hate me, whatever. Is there any arm wrestlers in New York? Yes, a lot. So there's actually probably go on Facebook, New York Arm Wrestling Association or something like that. Go on arm wrestling discussion on Facebook and ask, hey, what groups arm wrestle in New York? I know Paul Lynn's in Pennsylvania, but New York, there's Steve Black is probably the main guy. But Mike Aiello lives in New York. He's a New York firefighter. He might be retired now, I'm not sure. But yeah, there's a lot of people. But there's just go on social, Facebook, look for arm wrestling discussion or other arm wrestling related groups, and just ask, and people will tell you, they'll connect you with the right people. Yeah,
Michael looked like
my
angry
code works for all
Cruises.
supplements. Is they saying it works for all supplements?
What?
Or are they asking me? Are you asking me if the code works for all supplements, or
it
does
just works
work
for that? It goes straight to that.
I think it just works for this.
Yeah.
Now my other code is Monster 50 for all supplements except for protein.
Right.
So any other products on there, unless this works, 60% off everything. My normal code is 50% off everything except for the protein.
Well, here's the deal, Doretto. He says, why is Georgie Svetkoff pulling someone outside of the top 10?
Because he's Dave Chafee. You know what I'm saying?
People just want to pull,
yeah,
right?
It's East versus West. It's in North America. Dave Chafee's pretty much a legend in arm wrestling. And
he's coming off a great win.
He had 2 wins. He beat Frank Lamparelli, and then he beat the reigning world champion, right? So the WF world champion. So yeah, it's not an unrealistic match,
Paul Cruz and Dan Schwartz are both in New York.
Oh yeah. Okay, I didn't know where Paul Cruz was. I knew he was around there. Yeah, cool. Yeah, those are all good guys.
All right, well, baby, I need to get off here because I got dogs to take care of, and I need to get your video done so we can send it to the news.
All righty. Well, guys, get your psychotic. Check out that 60% off code that we just put in there. Wish me luck versus Vitaly. I mean, like I said, I like my chances. I've already got my programming worked out for the event. I think I'm going to be 1.5% stronger than I was when I pulled.
Oh, can you answer this question?
Maybe 2% stronger.
Eric Benson, are you just using lightweight when you do your new setup back pressure drill, or is it normal heavyweight?
So the setup back pressure, what you're referring to,
crack that wrist.
For me, is up pressure, hammer curl, back pressure. Back pressure to me will always be through the lat, dragging your elbow. But yeah, right now, currently, it's lightweight. Last night instead of doing, so what I do is in my circuits, so I change up my circuits. On days I do chest, arms, back, shoulders, legs, whatever. I will do 5 rounds, and within those 5 rounds, within those 5 rounds, there will be a 10-second static hold here, and then there'll be 10 fully cupped wrist curls. And I'm now taking the weight from here to side pressure, sitting it here like this, holding it for 10 seconds, and then 50 flex, 50 flex. Then I go do another exercise of whatever body part I'm doing, and then I do another round like that. Last night, because I did not train other than the arm wrestling specifics, I just did 1 set of 30-second holds, right? So I'm hoping to get those numbers. I already got a program written up where I think I go up 2.5 pounds. Well, yeah, what is it?
Can y'all see that?
Yeah, I go up 2 pounds every 2 days. Like, I go up 2 pounds, I go up 3 pounds. So over the course of like 6 days, I'll go up 5 pounds, you know, and I'll just keep doing it every day for 5 sets of 10 second holds.
The big ass Russian hasn't faced a monster yet, and I think that's a good place
He
to.
is a big ass monster.
Okay, so
he's a big ass Russian.
I've got a little story that I want to tell really quickly. It's going very quickly, and we are getting off. And this does not mean Devin is ducking him. But do you remember the conversation you guys had maybe 2 years ago or something, where you were talking about who might be the guy?
Yeah, the guy.
Devin and Michael were having a discussion about who might be the guy. If it's not Levan, who might be the guy? And you guys had talked about Revods at that point. You had talked about Kradecha, and talked about
at the same time Morozov was coming on.
They were talking about how they thought they could match up. And this is what Devin said. And then there's Vitaly. Fuck that guy. He said, that's what he said. Fuck that guy. Let somebody else go after him. So, Michael, you are that somebody else right now.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, we do recognize how dangerous he is.
Oh, he's dangerous.
I mean, so he's extremely dangerous. But if you want a shot at Levan, and he's the guy who gets the next shot, uncontested, unless, you know, like right now, if he chooses not to arm wrestle, he gets the next shot.
Yeah.
So the path to Levan, or path to the winner of Levan versus Hermes, unfortunately has to go through a 6'9" Russian. So here we are.
Oh, but let me fill you in, Joao. That is not their agenda. If you had been watching our last live, that is Michael's agenda.
Yeah, I asked for this.
He asked for it. This was in his plan.
And it's not too soon. I was strong enough to win.
It's in God's time.
I was strong enough to win. I had the strength to win Ugly versus Hermes. I just, on that day, he was the better puller, and he had a perfect performance, so he beat me. I asked for this match, knowing that I could be 1% to 2% stronger by the time the match comes, and I like my chances, so we're excited about it. But yeah, I appreciate the concern, but no, this is something I asked for. So, you know, they say be careful what you ask for, but this is because you might get it. So here we go. What do you think about him, Misha?
I think he bit me.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he's gonna bite you. Like, it's a given. Like, he's super sweet. He's cute. He's pretty. He's got great markings, but he also has really sharp. What are these things called? Claws. And he would just open up those sharp teeth and just snatch you. He'll just look at you and go, ugh, like, you asshole. It's really bad.
Alrighty, guys. All right. We will see you next time. Be sure, if you have not yet, to hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications, because Michael's going to be uploading more often now as he starts taking apart Vitaly's matches.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start doing reviews on all those things. But yeah, the ones that are a lot of interest to me are the ones who are going to be the same levers as me, right? I'm going to go through a lot of them. I will go back and look at the Hermes match again, because he was very impressive versus Hermes. But yeah, so yeah, that's coming soon. What's the name of your channel?
Mrs. Monster Todd.
All right, go guys, check out Mrs. Monster Todd. She's doing some really cool content. If you don't want to watch it,
Instagram,
get your wives,
and YouTube.
girls to subscribe to it. There's some good information, some good recipes coming, good training, good motivation, inspiration, all that good stuff. Check out Mrs. Monster Todd. And what's on Instagram? Same thing. I think it's Mrs. Monster Todd on all the stuff.
I thought you followed me. Alrighty, guys.
Take care,
Talk
guys.
to you
We'll
soon.
see you.